And multiple stations across the country are on high alert, and my colleague Prabhakar Kumar has sent us this report showing us the situation at the Patna railway station.
After the tragic mishap which has happened at New Delhi railway station where so many people lost their life, the crowd at most of the big stations, I would say, is actually refusing to die down. It keeps on swelling. This is the Kumbh special train at Patna railway station. You can see the train has just arrived and it would actually depart toward Prayagraj. The train which is coming at the Patna railway station, this is the originating station. But before it actually opens its gates, the bogies are all jam-packed because people are already there. They go to the railway yards where these bogies are parked, and then because these are unreserved coaches, so they enter the coaches, they keep a seat for themselves, and the entire train is almost packed. But after the tragic incident at New Delhi railway station, the administration seems to be on a vigil. You can see the railway officials here, the RPF Jawans here, they are all here on high alert. The railway officials are here and they are trying to manage the crowd here at the railway station, trying to ensure that this kind of incident does not happen. हाँ, आप क्या बता रहे थे?
हम लोग सुबह 12 बजे से यहाँ खड़े हैं सर, सवारी नहीं मिल पा रही है, बहुत दिक्कत हो रहा है, कठिनाइयों का सामना करना पड़ रहा है।
जाना है आपको?
वाराणसी।
अच्छा, वाराणसी जाना है आपको, कुंभ नहीं जाना है?
नहीं, बनारस, वाराणसी।
अच्छा, तो ये बनारस और कुंभ दोनों जा रही है, कुंभ भी जा रही है?
जी जी, हाँ, कुंभ जा रही है।
अभी आपको कितने देर के बाद ट्रेन मिली?
हम लोग तो 6 घंटे से खड़े हैं।
So the railway claims that they have ample bogies here, but they are actually not plying these Kumbh special trains because the capacity of the Prayagraj station to receive these trains is actually packed. So they are not allowing these trains to ply. So these people have to wait for 6 to 8 hours before these trains are allowed. This is the Patna railway station. If I could just show you once the crowd situation out here, the railway RPF Jawans are here trying to manage the crowd and trying to ensure that a Delhi-like incident does not happen here. But most of the big stations, not only Patna, most of the big stations of Bihar, Jharkhand and eastern UP, they are witnessing a similar crowd which is trying to move towards Prayagraj. From Patna railway station, this is Prabhakar Kumar for NDTV.
All right, politics is also playing out with the opposition attacking the government or what they call mismanagement. From Mamata Banerjee to Lalu Yadav to Akhilesh Yadav asking for Ashwini Vaishnav's resignation.
दिल्ली के हादसे के बाद, दिल्ली की घटना के बाद ये डबल इंजन नहीं, डबल ब्लंडर की सरकार बन गई है। सोचो कितने लोगों की जान गई। और सुनने में ये भी आया कि जो पत्रकार साथी अस्पताल में जाना चाहते थे, उन्हें फौज से रोक दिया गया। कोई पत्रकार अंदर नहीं जा सकता है। यही याद कीजिए आप, जब पहले दिन भगदड़ हुई थी, उस दिन भी पत्रकार साथियों को किसी को नहीं जाने दिया अंदर, जानकारी नहीं लेने दी।
Very sad, very, very sad situation. I think honestly, these are the kinds of human losses for which there is absolutely no compensation possible. We've seen an unknown number of deaths in the Kumbh Mela itself. Today's news about the deaths in the Delhi railway station are also extremely upsetting. Whenever we have this kind of uncontrolled number of crowds and people in circumstances like this, it seems to me we are inviting this kind of problem. I think more stringent measures will have to be put in place because safeguarding human life has to be the #1 priority.
देखिए, बहुत ही दुखद खबर है और लगातार जो है लोगों की जानें जा रही हैं। व्यवस्था पूरी तरीके से चौपट है। पूरा देश और बिहार जानना चाहता है कि इन मौतों का जिम्मेवार कौन है दोषी। हजारों लोग जो हैं, श्रद्धालु जो हैं, वो मारे जा रहे हैं और सरकार को कोई चिंता नहीं है। सरकार केवल अपने PR में लगी हुई है कि इंतज़ाम इतना अच्छा है, बल्कि इंतज़ाम की अगर बात की जाए तो केवल जो VVIP के जहाँ टेंट्स वगैरह लगे हैं या नाव चल रही हैं, केवल इंतज़ाम वहीं तक सीमित है।
जो हादसा बेहद दुखद है और जो भी लोग दिवंगत हुए हैं, हम उनके परिवारों के प्रति संवेदना प्रकट करते हैं। नई दिल्ली स्टेशन पर जो भी भगदड़ हुई, तो वो भगदड़ के कारण से ये हुआ, लेकिन निश्चित रूप से कुंभ की व्यवस्थाएं बहुत अच्छी हैं, चाहे वो देश में कहीं पर भी हो, किसी भी रेलवे स्टेशन पर हो। अक्सर ऐसा होता है कि ज़्यादा उत्साह से जितनी कैपेसिटी होती है उससे ज़्यादा लोग आ जाते हैं और फिर कोई भी शरारती तत्व या किसी ने भी हल्की सी कान में कुछ कह दिया तो एकदम भगदड़ की स्थिति बनती है। क्योंकि रेलवे ने एक कमेटी बिठा दी है तो मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है कि रेलवे की जांच में ये विषय सामने आएगा, इसकी सच्चाई सामने आएगी।
A third flight carrying Indian deputies from the United States has landed in Amritsar with 112 individuals on board. This latest arrival follows two previous flights, with the most recent one landing on Saturday night carrying over 100 deputies.
We have seen that third plane has already been landed at Amritsar Airport. We are at Amritsar Airport and I'll request my Vijay to show all these visuals from the ground, what is happening at this point of time. We have seen huge security had been deployed and parents and the relatives of these deportees, they have already reached at this airport. What we learned from inside the sources, around 112 deportees has been in this plane, and this is the third plane which has been sent by the US government here, and we have seen at Amritsar Airport this is the third plane which has already been landed here. What we have learned from inside the sources, they say around 33 a person who belongs to Gujarat, and of 44 people who are from Haryana, and 31 people are from Punjab, and remaining people are from Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh also. So now at this point of time we have seen that there is a huge political war which is going on. Why this airport has been chosen by the authorities, under what criteria this has been decided that all the planes will be landed at the Amritsar Airport, and we have seen the Punjab Chief Minister has already put a question mark on landing of this plane at Amritsar. He says it seems that they are trying to defame Punjab. If we can talk about BJP, they are saying that we should investigate how these people are illegally being taken to US and who are the travel agents, and there should be action against them. So this is the third plane which has already been landed here, and what we have learned from inside sources, they say it will take some more time for the further proceeding, because the proper immigration check will be continuing there, and after that they are going to inquire each and everything before they will be allowed to leave from this airport.
And a controversy has erupted over the treatment of Indian deputies from the United States, with reports emerging that they were forced to remove their turbans. Now, the Shiromani Gurudwara Prabandhak Committee, or the SGPC, has condemned the US authorities for their actions, which they deem disrespectful to the Sikh faith.
ਰਾਤ 12 ਵਜੇ ਇੱਕ ਫੋਨ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਫੋਨ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਲਾ ਇਹ ਗੱਲ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਸ਼ਾਬਾਸ਼ ਇਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸ਼੍ਰੋਮਣੀ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਪ੍ਰਬੰਧਕ ਕਮੇਟੀ ਦੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਾਰਜ ਕੀਤਾ। ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕੀ ਕੀਤਾ? ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਵੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉਧਰੋਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਨੌਜਵਾਨ ਆਏ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਿਰਾਂ ਤੇ ਦਸਤਾਰਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ। ਸੋ ਸ਼੍ਰੋਮਣੀ ਕਮੇਟੀ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਤਾਇਨਾਤ ਅਧਿਕਾਰੀ ਸੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਏਅਰਪੋਰਟ ਦੀ ਫੋਰਸ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਸਹਿਯੋਗ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੌਜਵਾਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਿਰ ਤੇ ਦਸਤਾਰਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦਸਤਾਰਾਂ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ। ਕਿਉਂ? ਸਾਡੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਨੇ ਡਿਪੋਰਟ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕ ਆ, ਦੇਸ਼ ਵਾਸੀ ਆ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਉੱਥੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਅਮਰੀਕਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤੀ? ਉਹਦੇ ਸਰੀਰ ਦਾ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਦਸਤਾਰ, ਉਸ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਬੇਅਦਬੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਆ, ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਾੜੀ ਆ। ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਦੀ ਘੋਰ ਨਿੰਦਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ।
In fact, my colleague Gurpreet Singh Chinna, he spoke to Jatinder Pal Singh, who is one of the people deported by the US and arrived in Amritsar on Saturday. Listen in.
मैं 17 सितंबर को यहाँ से इंडिया से निकला। बॉम्बे से मेरी गुआना की फ़्लाइट थी, और मतलब कि आगे जो ब्राज़ील था, बोलिविया, इक्वाडोर, मेरी आगे डोंकी का रूट था, मतलब कि टैक्सी का रूट था, और आगे पनामा जंगल में पैदल गया मैं।
डोंकी रूट थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लेन करो, क्योंकि सारे कहते एक वर्ड में डोंकी रूट कहते हैं, लेकिन आपने अपने शरीर पे हंडाया वो थोड़ा, जो जाने वाले नौजवान हैं उनको भी पता चले, सरकारों को भी पता चले कि डोंकी रूट हो क्या है, कैसे। कई ये कहते हैं कि पानी नहीं मिलता था, खाना नहीं मिलता था, आगे जंगल होते, थोड़ा सा उसको एक्सप्लेन।
मतलब कि डोंकी रूट कहना मतलब कि एक आसान वर्ड है, मतलब कि डोंकी मतलब कि छोटा सा वर्ड है, मतलब कि वो जब सामने आता था तब पता लगता है, मतलब कि मरी हुई लाशें के कीड़े पड़े और उसके ऊपर से जाना मतलब कि बहुत दिखता है, मतलब कि डिप्रेशन बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाता है, मतलब कि चलना बहुत औखा है।
आप जब को लाया गया आपके हाथ पैर बांधे हुए थे, कैसे क्या एक्सपीरियंस था आपका? खाने को दिया था कुछ?
जी हाँ, खाने को देते थे, मतलब कि खाया नहीं जाता था, मतलब कि फेस नीचे नहीं होता था, मतलब फेस नीचे करके खाना पड़ता, मतलब कि हाथ ऊपर आते नहीं थे।
तो कैसे बांधे कैसे हुए थे, पैर और हाथ बांधे हुए थे?
हाँ, हाथ बांधे हुए थे और पेट से संगली डाल के हाथ बांधे हुए थे। कहीं चावल मिल गया, चिकन मिल गया, मतलब कि बहुत, मतलब कि चिकन भी पता नहीं कितना पुराना हो गया। मैं चिकन खाता भी नहीं हूँ, तो मतलब कि डोंकी में स्टार्ट हुआ मेरा, मतलब कि खाना पड़ता था मजबूरी से।
तो कहीं ना कहीं ये लगता है कि ये जैसे हरियाणा का एजेंट था, वो हरियाणा का एजेंट आगे कई एजेंटों के साथ जुड़े होते, कई एजेंट थे जो ये 55-60 लाख रुपया ले रहे हैं, जो आप लोगों को ठग रहे हैं।
हाँ, बहुत ज़्यादा, मतलब कि बाई फ्लैट की ऐसे मैंने बात की थी और नीचे से जाना पड़ा, मतलब कि नीचे से मतलब कि बहुत दिक्कत परेशानी हुई है, मतलब कि ये बात मैंने की नहीं थी और आसान नहीं है नीचे से जाना, बहुत मुश्किल है।
मेरा सिर्फ लास्ट सवाल है आपको। कल सरकार, मुख्यमंत्री यहाँ पे आते हैं एयरपोर्ट पे, वो कहते हैं कि जितने भी अपने नौजवान वापस आ रहे हैं उनको हम एम्प्लॉयमेंट देंगे योग्यता के आधार पे। अब क्या आपने क्या सोचा, क्योंकि आपके पिता माता ने तो जितने पैसे थे वो लगा दिए, अब आप वापस भी आ गए, उनके लिए सबसे बड़ी खुशी की बात यह है कि आप जिंदा घर पे आ गए हो, आप उनके साथ आ गए हो। लेकिन आप क्या सोचते हो, सरकार को क्या करना चाहिए, क्या काम करोगे आप?
चलो सही है, जो भी नौकरी दे दें, मतलब कुछ भी दे दें, मतलब कि यहाँ पे इंडिया में रोज़गार मिल जाए, बस यही बढ़िया है। मतलब कि कोई भी नौकरी हो, हमारी डिमांड नहीं है भाई हमें यही नौकरी चाहिए, हमने ये करना है वो करना है, डिमांड नहीं है, मतलब कि रोज़गार इंडिया में होना चाहिए।
बाकी नौजवानों को क्या सजेस्ट करते हो, क्योंकि लगातार देख रहे हैं आपके बाद कई और भी लोग तैयार कर रहे हैं वीज़ा लगाने के लिए, और पंजाब में तो इस बात का बहुत क्रेज़ हुआ है, तो क्या आप सजेस्ट करते हो?
फ़िलहाल तो मैं यही कहना चाहूँगा कि मतलब कि डोंकी रूट सही नहीं है, जाना है तो मतलब कि अपना वीज़ा लेके जाओ, सही तरीके से जाओ। डोंकी रूट सेफ नहीं है, मतलब कि मौत से सामने करने की वाली बात है।
All right, news now coming in from Delhi. BJP has appointed the in-charges for the swearing-in ceremony. Tarun Chugh, Vinod Tavre and Virendra Sachdeva, they have been named the in-charges. Now, after 27 long years, BJP surged to power. The big question on everyone's mind is who will be the next chief minister. There was a meeting, a BJP legislature party meeting, which was scheduled for Monday. That has been postponed, and sources tell that any legislative party meetings will only happen after the 19th of February. And my colleague Vasudha joins us to get us more on this. Vasudha, from what we are understanding at this point, BJP has appointed the in-charges for the swearing-in ceremony. Will we get to know the name of the next chief minister soon?
That's right, Osama. The wait for Delhi's new chief minister is likely to end soon. It's, the results came on the 8th, and it's not even 10 days. But of course, remember the Prime Minister's visit to US happened in between, and that was an important visit. The Parliament session was also going on. It ended only on the 13th. So clearly, there's been some time that the party has been taking. But, it's in no hurry because remember, the BJP has won 48 seats out of 70. So clearly, there's no threat and there's no hurry, and they are looking at various spaces here. We've been told that there was a meeting that was supposed to happen tomorrow, but that legislative meeting has now been postponed. Any legislative meeting is likely to happen only after the 19th, and after that, of course, the swearing-in ceremony will take place. What we are told is that two general secretaries, Tarun Chugh and Vinod Tavre, will be in charge of the preparations for the swearing-in ceremony. Also, Virendra Sachdeva, the Delhi BJP president, who played a very important role in the campaign, will also be in charge of the preparations. The observers for this Delhi, legislative meet to decide, the elected leader from the MLAs, who will also be the CM face. That has not been decided yet. The names could come out tomorrow, is what we understand. But of course, as of now, we know that the legislative meeting is going to take place soon. We'll get to know after that legislative meeting who could be the Chief Minister of Delhi. Remember, it's not just Pravesh Verma who has emerged as the top contender for this post. Remember, he defeated Arvind Kejriwal. There are also other candidates like Vijayendra Gupta, who's seen as one of the senior most MLAs of Delhi BJP. There's also Satish Upadhyay, who has served as the BJP president in the past of Delhi. So clearly many top names there. And I think it's only after the 19th that we will get to know who the final, who will actually become the Chief Minister of Delhi.
The Assam cabinet has given a go-ahead to a formal inquiry into the Congress MP Gaurav Gogoi's wife's links with Pakistan. This a day after launching a scathing attack on Congress MP Gaurav Gogoi. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma, he said that Gaurav Gogoi may have been trapped or blackmailed as part of a larger anti-India conspiracy amid the controversy over Gogoi's British wife, Elizabeth Colburn. Speaking to the reporters, Himanta Biswa Sarma said that the matter had moved beyond politics and was now a national security concern. He claimed that new evidence pointed to external involvement, adding that further investigation was needed in this matter.
Timeline when the British national Srimati Elizabeth Gogoi was about to be engaged for her marriage into an Assam, that point of time, that person has unlimited access to the residence of Chief Minister of Assam. So all these things will come into inquiry. As now formal inquiry has been ordered, I will refrain from any political comments on this issue because henceforth it will be a legal inquiry. So from now onwards, this is a legal issue, and I think time to time DGP Assam will brief you rather than from my side.
Today our Congress General Secretary Jairam Ramesh has also tweeted that all of this is done because 12 months from now there will be elections in Assam. The BJP government have no performance to show. They are unable to fulfill any of their promises, and in order to hide their failures, they are embarking upon a mischievous and malicious, baseless, factless, slanderous campaign, and we will definitely be taking the appropriate action. Wisdom of the Assamese people will prevail. They will see through this mischievous slander and will vote in a Congress-led government in the upcoming assembly elections.
The Assam cabinet has today asked the Assam police to register a case against Ali Sheikh, a Pakistani national who the Assam government claims to have served the Pakistani government in several advisory positions and is the founder of an organization called Leads Pakistan. Now, Assam government claims that there have been recent social media posts where these Pakistani national Ali Sheikh has tried to interfere with the harmony of Assam. He has commented on Assam and India, and therefore the state government feels that there is a design behind it. They also suspect that this man might have links with ISI. Now a case has been registered. In all likelihood, Assam police is going to form a special investigation team to investigate it. However, what the Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma also said that they are going to investigate all links of Ali Sheikh in India, and that perhaps would lead to questioning of Elizabeth Gogoi, a British national and wife of Congress MP from Assam, Gaurav Gogoi, the deputy leader in Lok Sabha. Now, Elizabeth Gogoi, remember, is a climate change activist, and the Assam government claims that, in fact, the Chief Minister in a press conference said that she has worked closely with Ali Sheikh. They have proof about it, and in fact had gone to Pakistan and worked there, and therefore she should also be investigated because after her marriage she was linked to the Gogoi family, and Gaurav Gogoi's father was the Chief Minister of the state. Also, the Chief Minister questioned how a British national that Elizabeth Gogoi is can actually campaign for her husband in the Lok Sabha elections. In fact, Gaurav Gogoi, remember, had already rubbished these allegations. He had claimed that these are politically targeted allegations. However, Mr. Gogoi said that he will move the court against such what he says that politically motivated targeting. However, the Assam Chief Minister has claimed that there are proof, and therefore Assam government is acting on it.